Hi, it's Dr. Kimarie. I want to talk today about reciprocation without the need for manipulation. So we have reciprocation. That would be like wanting reciprocation in relationships, in life, right? We want the balance of giving and receiving, but also in life from the universe, the reciprocation of giving and receiving, being open to giving and to being of service, but then also being open and willing to receive. Both of them are what make a healthy life, a happy life, abundance, all those things. So in relationships, have you ever heard of the 5 love languages? Everybody wants and needs, I believe, all of them, all of the love languages, which are quality time, acts of service, words of affirmation, gift giving, and physical touch, right? All of them are wonderful, important, but there are certain ones that drive us more than others, that we either are the giver of, maybe some people like to give acts of service. They like to do things for people. That's their way of showing love. And some people love buying the most perfect gift for their friends. And other people just love to be touchy-feely and huggy-snuggly and more than the others, right? So it's the thing they give, but sometimes it's even, that's what you want most. And sometimes not. Sometimes you don't give it because you don't feel like you have it, right? So you might give acts of service, but what you really want is words of affirmation. You're wanting that person to tell you how special you are and how valuable you are and how thankful and important and all of those things. And so the problem is that in many times in relationships, we get angry that the other person doesn't give us what we want or need, right? They don't really speak to our love language. And many times we show up to a relationship already starving. It's like going to the grocery store and you're already hungry. You're like ravenous, you're not yourself, right? And your cup is not halfway full at all. You're coming with an empty cup. And you're looking for it outside of you. And that is the issue with many relationships, is that we're looking for something to fill this space and to solve the problem, to heal that part of us. And we look for it outside of us. And what happens is we get more of what's empty. We get more feelings because it's like a mirror reflection. So we get more of people that don't say those things that we need to hear, or don't spend the quality time that we'd like them to do, or aren't affectionate enough, or don't buy us enough gifts, and whatever it is. So, and that also goes, we'll stay on this subject for a minute and then I'll switch over. The key to having reciprocation, to truly shifting that for yourself and for your life, is to be able to fill that cup first. Now, not all the way. And so this is something that, a lot of people say glass half full or glass half empty. And many times I've thought, well, why does it have to be half full? It should be, you could fill your cup. But then I really thought about it today and I was like, no, half full is perfect, because we need the other half for input, for information, for learning new stuff, right? But we have to have our cup. We have to know how to fill our cup. Because if we don't know how to love us, nobody else is going to know how to love us. And that's truth. That's truth. And if we don't know how to love us, we don't know how to love. We don't know how to love. We can't really love fully until we know how to open our heart, until we know how to go within ourselves. So filling our cup is many of the things that I talk about is doing things for self-love. It's catching your thoughts. It's turning them around. It's having that faith even when you don't know, right? So part of creating reciprocation is to create the thing you want within you first. So if you want trust in relationships, then not only do you have to be trustworthy, you have to be trusting, right? Because many people are like, well, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna share who I am until they've earned it. But what happens is we end up coming from a place of fear and putting a wall up. So we're not even showing and being truthful about who we really are and how we really feel. And that's not trusting. We're trustworthy. It's really kind of a lie, even though it's you might not look at it that way, or not realize that that's what's happening, but you're marketing yourself as something different than it really is, or what's really going on. So it's important to bring that. But how do we do that? How do we trust after we've been hurt and we've had trauma and we've felt unsafe in life? I'm sure you're thinking, well, you probably just haven't gone through those things. And trust me when I tell you I have. I've had shattered moments in my life. And it's taught me how to go within and connect with that little hurting little girl and sit with her and hold her and realize and look at her in the eyes and see that she's whole and perfect, that there is nothing wrong with her. And that she is lovable, but I have to be the one to go within, not look for it outside of me, right? It's kind of like going to the doctor and getting medication for a headache and not understanding why you're getting that headache. Are you dehydrated? What's going on? You have a hormonal imbalance. Like, why do you keep getting these headaches? You just shut it off. You go out there and you get distracted maybe, but coming within and just sitting with it, then you start to heal that. You start to build that relationship of trust within yourself. That's where safety comes from. Nobody can take our power from us. We give it away. We just don't realize that. We haven't been taught that. So it's really important to look at. Now let's take that into life. Say you're going and you're looking for work, or you're looking to build your business, and you're coming again from a place of there's a little bit of fear that comes up in us. There's a little bit of wanting and lack, and all of those things are stirring within us. So it's looking at that and realizing that we can shift that. We have to get into the law of reciprocation. So if we want a thing, then give it away. Give away say I have my services and I offer coaching and I offer speaking and I offer workshops and I have a ministry and I do all these things and now I have to start over again and I don't know really where to put that energy. And then I start getting in my head and I start feeling a place of lack and I start saying, well, I have to charge, like this person's getting coaching from me, or they're asking me questions, or how do and I start to manipulate, right? And we do that in relationships. We want that thing. We want more physical touch, so we do this thing. Or we want more quality time, so we do that thing. But we're waiting for the reciprocation, and it doesn't come because that's manipulation, right? So we don't want to manipulate. And you might not call yourself manipulative, and I'm not calling you that. But it is manipulation without realizing it. So that's a blind spot. So how do we do that? We have to come from a place of abundance. We have to come from a place of wholeness. We have to come from a place of trust and belief that that thing, if it's mine, will come to me. The right people, the right alignment, the people that want to go deeper with me, they're going to show up. So I don't have to manipulate. I don't have to talk them into it. I don't have to come up with a special plan. But what would be great to do is trust it so much and have such a leap of faith that I just give it away for free. So even though I'm not making money, supposedly, that I'm just going to keep giving. I'm just going to keep giving. I'm just going to keep giving. And I'm giving not from an empty cup, not from a place of, oh, well, I hope one day this is going to, when's the reciprocation happen? No, that's not at all it. That's not at all it. Because I trust. I have to get in that place of trust. And my cup is full. And I trust. And when I get nervous or scared or feel unsafe in some ways, I look back on the times that you took your leaps of faith and you walked in inspiration, so which means you're listening, you're connected, you're doing the work to plug in. So you're walking in inspiration. And then what happens is that you're moving. So you look back on those times when it worked out for you, even though you didn't see how it could possibly come to play, it does. And any relationship that is not for your highest good and doesn't belong in your life. So I don't want to ever manipulate somebody to be in my life, whether it's a client, whether it's a love relationship, whether it's a friendship. I can love it, bless it, and let it go from a healthy place without feeling rejected, because I really do trust that. I'm not going to pull teeth to have people be in my life, and not from a place of arrogance, from a place of respect, or a place of realizing that they just might need this over here. And maybe what they need over here has nothing to do with me being less than or not worthy of, right? So it's those talks that you have with your little girl or little boy. It's those talks, those reminders of who you are, remembering who you are, the big you, the one when you're in your brilliance, right? We all have that best part of us, that big you, that we know who we are and we're really good at this thing. And then we have that small little you that says, I feel sad, I feel unsafe, I feel unworthy, I feel forgotten, I feel not valuable. And that we all have that too, but it's honoring that. It's not kicking it to the corner and closing the door on that, hoping it never finds its way out. It's welcoming that part of you back. Because when you welcome that part of you back, that's your cup half full. That's when you can multiply and get into abundance, because now you have taken all those fragmented pieces of yourself that you don't like, and you've told them that they're lovable too, because they're all part of you. They're all part of us as human in this human experience. We all have this. So it's so important to realize we don't need to manipulate. We don't have to go out there and do all the, you see a lot of people going for this and against this. And if you're going for that and you're going against that, that's like having one foot on the gas and one foot on the brake at the same time. You're just going to go around in circles, right? You're not really in the laws of reciprocation. You're not really in abundance and in faith and in trust. So the laws of reciprocation are, I feel, is to fill your cup, show up with what you want to receive, and then don't expect it. Don't expect it in the way that you're taking score. Expect it knowing you deserve it, but then you don't need it anymore, right? As soon as you know you deserve it, and as soon as you know who you are, you no longer require these things from other people. And because you don't require them from other people, they show up. That's how it works. So I hope this speaks to somebody. That's why I do this. Please check out my YouTube channel, which is Dr. Dr. Kimarie. And that's where all my videos are going. And please leave a message. Let me know what you thought of my video. Let me know how you feel. Let me know how you're doing today. Let's interact. And if you know anybody that wants to have me do a workshop or a speaking event, you just let me know. But subscribe to my channel, and you have an amazing day. I love you so much. Bye-bye.